The door didn't open. Jacob was staring out across the ocean. They had moved back from the temple back to the Nymph Island. It was a big foresty area, and then you leave the forest a bit, you get to a beach. Long, endless ocean, beautiful, clear water. Jacob was standing, waves going up against his feet, just staring off. Everybody else was back in the forest. But Jacob was just staring out over the water. The door didn't open. The temple had fallen down. There was rubble all over the place. Perhaps that had somehow dealt with the door. Something made it so it couldn't open, or maybe there was like a specific part of the door. He couldn't quite see all of it. He was only at like one section, so maybe that was the issue. But the door didn't open. Xerxes said that it would. The prophecy said that the door would open when the son of storm came, and then he would go to the seraphs and get the sword, and then he would save the world or something. The door didn't open, so Jacob stared out into the sea. See, what would happen if Xerxes found out that the door didn't open? Jacob had been enjoying this rebellion, these people protecting him in this fantastical world, but if they somehow found out that the door didn't open, that wouldn't be great. So Jacob stared out over the ocean, contemplating what to do next. Till Xerxes comes out, puts a rhino hand on his shoulder, and is like, "Son of storm." Ned thinks that he can blow away the rubble and we can still get to the door. Ned, the smart little gnome man, always had some sort of invention, as you know. Jacob didn't really want that, so kind of just staring out, he asked Xerxes, what's out there across the ocean? Now, if we were to sail out there, like, it seems like endless to me. Like, there's something else, other islands, maybe more nymphs. And Xerxes kind of laughs it off. He says, Xander, the White Prince, asked a similar thing about the mountains where we're from, and he actually sent search parties out there. But if it's anything like home, there's nothing there. Just water. That's the way the gods made it. Jacob's like, okay. He's thinking also about Marcus, his friend. Well, they were friends, but they were friends. And Marcus got taken away right in front of them by Blackhand and Miranda, and is now probably at the Zaring's capital, or somewhere not here. And Jacob has an idea. Tells Xerxes, bring it back to everybody, I have an idea. So they walk back into the village, and there everyone is, Ned the gnome, Ellie the owl girl, the Eloir, Roz the lizard man. We've got Telby and Talk the cat people. Talk got injured, but Telby's been doing a good job of healing it up. I think that's everybody. And Addison, of course. Addison, who has been a lot more frightening looking. Addison was always kind of cold, but there's some sort of hate in her eyes that Jacob hasn't quite been able to figure out yet. But Jacob has an idea. He says to the people, Ned says that he can blow through the rubble, but I don't think we have time for that. Blackhand has surely told the Drakeen that that's where they are, and they're almost certainly marching this way. It'd be too risky stay here. And more importantly, Marcus, my friend, has been taken. And there's you guys all know, you guys all have your stories of what the White Prince has done to you. There is no way we're letting Marcus get sucked into all of that. We have to save him. We have to find where he is, and we have to save him. Once we have Marcus, once we're all together again, then we can focus on the sword and getting through the gate. But until then, we need to find Marcus. And Jacob thinks, stay as far away from the door as possible. Marcus is laying down. You remember screaming? This is really high pitched. There's no way it could have been him screaming. He remembers footsteps. He being pushed and shoved around. More screaming. He doesn't. It was dark. It was light. Yeah. But now Marcus is laying down. That's actually pretty comfortable. He groans and looks around, and he's in this like this pretty nice room. He's got a bed, there's like a table, a mirror for him to look down. There's no windows or anything, but the walls are like chiseled stone. It's pretty nice. Next to his bed, there's a chair. Someone's sitting in the chair. The person sitting in the chair says, "Oh, good morning, Marcus." Marcus looks over at the person in the chair, and sitting there is a tall man, white hair, like white hair. He's got like a soft beard. It's also very white. He's dressed in this like regal robe that's also all white with like a cloak cape going down, and he's got some like silver jewelry and looks fancy. Looks like a prince. On his head, on his perfectly white hair, is a silver crown, the bright blue gem right in the middle on his head. The only thing that didn't seem perfect were his eyes. His eyes were blue and kind of hazy, kind of distant. You couldn't really tell where he was looking. It wasn't like anybody's eyes he'd ever seen before. It seemed like he was always looking beyond Marcus, not at him. The eyes were off. But he says, "Good morning, Marcus." Marcus immediately, he goes, "Where am I? How did I get there? Who are you? What happened to Jacob?" Or Marcus tries to say that. He coughs. He kind of just sputters all over the place, and the man sitting next to him gives him a cup of water. Like, "Here, drink this, please. It's good to see that you're alive. Often people traveling with the Black Hand. It's good to see that you're alive. May I ask you, Marcus, let's start small. What's your name? Your full name for me." And Marcus, looking at the man, thinking that this is this white prince that everyone's been talking about, takes a sip of the water and begrudgingly speaks out, "Marcus Smith is my name." The White Prince looks at him, or looks beyond him. It's like, "Smith. For a name that's supposedly so common, that's always novelty when you hear it. Marcus Smith. So simple yet so different, don't you think?" And Marcus is like, "Yeah, whatever, dude." Except he's still coughing and drinking, but The White Prince stands up, looks down at Marcus, and is like, I apologize for your accommodations last time when you were here. We weren't quite sure what you were capable of, so we had you in the prisons, but now we've got a nice room for you. I hope you find your stay comfortable. I'll come back and talk to you when you're feeling better. So he stands up and walks towards the door. Marcus manages to get out. Why am I here? Why did you take me? The White Prince stops at the door and looks behind him and at Marcus and goes, there's room in the prophecy for more than just the Son of Storms. Yes, I see now. I see it clearly. Fate has plans in store for you too.